Alrighty, critters. Grab your coffee or whatever is in your cup and settle in. This is Freestyle Friday. Today is Friday, February 20th, 2006. Freestyle Friday is where we just hang out together. There's no script. There's no polished version of myself. Tonight, we're just laughing, talking, venting, and maybe even spilling some tea. So, roll call first. Where is everybody watching from? I'm curious to know. But while you're dropping that in the chat, I'm going to ask a question. So, on a scale from 1 to I desperately need a nap, where are we on the scale of exhaustion? I think I'm like a 12. Or I'm going to bed right after this. Full disclosure, I have lost count of how many cups of coffee I have had today. And I totally cheated and did frozen pizza for supper. And although I have attempted laundry today, there is, at this particular point, at least one load in the washer and in the dryer that are judging me silently. How about y'all? How many cups of coffee have you had today? Is your laundry caught up or is it judging you? Do you have supper already made or do you have a plan or are you winging it too? By the amount of laundry in my house, I think more people live here than I've actually met. I mean, like, are we changing clothes every 45 minutes? Is it fashion week and I just didn't know? And tell me, where are all the socks going? Is there a support group for that? Because I really just do not understand it. And what about the audacity of someone coming to you like, do I have any clean clothes? Okay, well, first, what are you looking for exactly? Because I know you got something in your head. Secondly, did you even try to look? Or the whole, you didn't wash my clothes? No. You mean those clothes that are under your bed or that you left in a backpack? Those ones that I didn't know about? I mean, come on now. We're we're not magicians. So then I have to tell them, oh yes, I apologize. I did not go digging through your stuff like an investigator to make sure that your shirt that you've been missing for a week wasn't clean today because that is the only one that you want to wear. Right? Check the dryer. Check the dryer. Absolutely. It's always in the dryer or under their bed. And does your dryer sing to you? Like when I first got my dryer, I was like, oh, this is so fancy. It has a song that plays. And now I despise that noise because it means that I have to get up and go get the load out. And the dryer may be finished, but the cycle never stops. Or the laundry basket. It's like, I see that you attempted to put your clothes in the basket, but you did not quite make it. It's almost like you tried to do like a jump shot, but wasn't looking at the basket. Get the hubby to cut that wire. What are we talking about? I don't know. I need clarification on that one. My brain's not working today. So they don't even put their clothes all the way in the baskets. They're hanging out. Is that just at my house, or is like do y'all struggle with that too? The dryer buzzer wire. Got you. Okay. Yes. Right. I'm gonna ask him. I need to turn that off. Then I would probably never get them out. So we probably shouldn't do that. Probably should keep it on there even though it's annoying. I don't know, y'all. I'm about to be 40. And when I was growing up, I could remember as a little girl, man, I would just look at all the adults around me and I thought they knew everything. I thought they had it all together. I mean, it was amazing. You asked a question, they had an answer. It all looked like it was running smoothly. Now, either I was misled a lot or I am seriously failing now because I don't have anything together. There is nothing smooth running over here. We are winging it, and not always successfully winging it either. So, be honest here. How many times have you heard the word mom today? My kids are like, hey mom, or yo Angie. And I'm telling you, for those of you with babies, and oh, I remember, you wanted them. You wanted them to just talk so bad. And now they never stop talking. I have a 14-year-old who wakes up before the rooster crows and he is immediately talking. I know he gets it from his mama, but his mama don't talk until I've had coffee. And this kid will stand with me at the coffee pot while I'm pouring my coffee. Just brrr. He wakes up like that, fully functioning. His feet hit the ground and he is ready to go. And the other two, they're just as bad. Talk, 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 talk. And it's, hey mom, yo Angie. I bet, no lie, I hear that at least 1,000 times a day. Like, at least. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I act like I don't hear it. Because I'm like, if it's important, they'll say it again. But you know what? They always say it again. So then I gotta get up and go check it out. And it's always something crazy too. And like at bedtime. Bedtime becomes a full blown hostage negotiation, like to the max. We're like in court arguing just everything. We start with the bedtime. Okay, hey guys, this is what we're gonna do. We gotta go to bed here. But then we get to where now there are amendments to the contract. There are counter offers. And now we have the emotional appeals that come in. And sometimes a threat to sue. But then I'm the mean one because I want the original agreement. I don't want no negotiations. We're not changing the contract here. We have already signed this. It is stamped and ready. It's been filed. This this is a binding document. And yet somehow they always still win. Not completely, but there are negotiations. And my husband tells me that I'm a pushover. And my kids know exactly how to do it. They are like, it is like they were trained by an outside source. We go today because I told you I cheated. I did frozen pizza for dinner. So my youngest rides with me to go get the frozen pizza. All of a sudden now we come out of the local DG. We don't just have frozen pizzas, but now we got pizza bagel bites because sometimes pizza just ain't enough, Angie. And you know what? I agreed. So they have pizza and bagel bites. But I'm not a pushover at all. I have no idea what my husband is talking about. I cannot be the only one. Like, seriously. But speaking of husbands and marriages, let me just stir the pot a little bit. What is something that you think is the most misunderstood thing about marriage? For me, I think a lot of people look at marriage and they think it's a fairy tale, that it's going to be easy and there's never going to be a bad day. But it is not a fairy tale. The only part of a fairy tale that is in my life today is sometimes I do feel like Cinderella. Although I kind of wish those birds and mice and stuff would come in here and clean my house or at least help me. But ain't nothing coming out of the woods over here except for creepy noises in the middle of the night. But what I found is like communication. It really is the key. It really is. And it's so, I mean, everybody says it all the time. You always hear that. Books, shows, shorts, everything. Communication, communication. Even my husband rolls his eyes when I say that. Communication. But honestly, it's the truth. But it's how you communicate, not just communication. And my silent expectations of my husband, they have caused so many problems. And the poor man didn't even know I expected it of him. But we just had a discussion last night. I'm like, do you know that we have been together 6 years? Almost 6 years. October will be 6 years and we'll be married for 4 years. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I don't know why, but I've been feeling like, man, it has been a long 2 years. And he looks at me and he's like, how do I know how long we've been married and you don't? Aren't you the woman? Aren't you supposed to have like these dates nailed down with like attachments and stuff to them? And I'm like, I guess I failed because I'm telling you, all week this week I've been thinking, man, it's been a long 2 years. We've been through a lot. Nope, it's been six. I didn't think that we had been together 2 years. I was in my head, I was thinking we've been married 2 years, and it was actually double that. So, my bad. But he let me know real quick that he remembered and I didn't. But isn't it weird how romance changes? Like, the older you get, or especially if you're married. So, like, when you first start out, it's flowers and chocolates and just all this stuff. I have so many pictures of the things that in the first in the dating era of mine and my husband's relationship, or the early years of our marriage, we had, I don't know, we there was all kind of stuff he did for me. I would do for him. I would make his favorite dinner. I would buy him different things. He would do stuff for me. And now it's like, hey, I used your car. I filled up your tank because the gas light was on. And I'm like, oh, thank you. You're the best. Or no joke. No joke. One of the most romantic things my husband has ever done for me. I feel like I'm talking off of Still Magnolias right now. But we have this little bitty small tractor that I use and I pull a trailer with. And he was just so proud that I would even drive the tractor. He bought me a new seat for the tractor. One that will scoot up and adjust because my short legs wouldn't reach. And he comes in, come here, I have to show you something. I bought you something. And he's just so excited. He's like a little kid. He was very excited. And I'm like, oh Lord, what did you do now? Because you just never know with this man. So he gets me out of the house, stops me from whatever I was doing, and he walks me all the way outside underneath the carport, and he's like, check it out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm standing there and I'm looking, and I have no idea what he's talking about. And I'm just like, oh wow, that's nice. And he's like, you don't know what it is, do you? And I was like, not a clue. I don't know. And he's like, it's a new seat for your tractor. And I was like, do what? And he said, I bought you a new seat. And look, it'll come up. And I'm just looking at him and I was like, literally, it's so pathetic, I know. But I literally got all like teary eyed and I was like, I think that's the most romantic thing you've ever done for me. And he's like, it'll be better when I put it on. I'll put it on and I'll come get you. And then you can test it out and drive it around. Like, this man was so excited. I don't get flowers on Tuesday, but I got a new tractor seat. And I haven't been able to use the tractor since he put it on there. But it's the thought that counts. Oh, yes, I pick my battles with both my kids and my husband. I had to learn that early. There are just some things, it's not worth your energy. Like, if they ain't gonna get hurt, if it ain't pressing, I just let it go. But my poor husband will, what's wrong? I see your face, something's wrong. I'm like, bro, please don't ask me what's wrong, because then I'm gonna tell you. And then we're gonna get into this whole big can of worms that you could have avoided. I'm giving you an out. And he'll just laugh. And I'm like, take your out, man. Take it. And he'll just kind of laugh and then go on about his business. I'm like, you have no idea how lucky and how close you just came. I had to teach him how to be ride or die. Like, no joke, this man is full of logic. And I like to vent a lot. Like, I just need to process things out loud. Like, I'm really not going to go be mean or be hateful. I just need to process it out loud. So I had to teach him how to be ride or die. So now I'm just like, funnel. And he knows, okay, put my logic in my pocket. You need to vent for a few minutes. I'm like, I need you to match my energy, okay? Right now, I need you to be like, oh, we ride at dawn. Don't be telling me that I can't do this stuff because I know I can't. And I'm not going to. I mean, obviously, I'm not getting dressed to go anywhere. But I need to talk like I'm going to for about 2 minutes, and then I'm good. He's finally got that. There's a point in your marriage when you just have to accept that your soulmate is going to be full of logic and is also the person that choose to love next to you. And you have to love them for all of their faults, no matter what they are. And I love my husband. I do. But those men, you know, poor fellers, we confuse them a lot. We do. I mean, sometimes they don't know whether to scratch their watch or wind their rear. I mean, we're always giving them something to think about and decode. And we try to act like it's all them, but it's not. I mean, I would absolutely miss my husband if they were gone, if he was gone. But still, sometimes I need him to stop breathing so hard. Because, I mean, who breathes that hard and that loud? And like I said, I love him and I'll choose him every day. I know that I would never want to live this life beside anyone else. But there's at least 3 times a week I contemplate my life choices. I mean, am I wrong? But we aren't innocent, are we? Like I said, these poor fellas don't know whether to scratch their watch or wind their rear. I mean, we'll say, oh, I don't care. Knowing full well we do care. And we got a 17-slide presentation ready about all the reasons why we do care. And they should have known. Or when we tell them, why don't you ever watch a movie with me? Seriously? We all know dang well that it's going to take us 45 minutes to choose one, and then we're going to fall asleep before the opening scene is even over. And Valentine's just passed, so what about the famous, I don't need flowers? Girl, yes you do. Stop lying. We all want flowers. Well, yes, we all want flowers. Don't well. I was about to lie. I was about to lie to myself and all y'all. But speaking of Valentine's Day, I had the best Valentine's Day I've had in like forever. And I'm not trying to make y'all jealous here, like at all. I'm not about to tell you like all the gifts that I got or anything, because I can list them pretty quickly. I didn't get anything. But not because my husband failed, but because I finally talked him into skipping. Yep, I talked him into skipping Valentine's Day. And he actually did it. And I had the best one. Because I didn't have to get my hopes up. I didn't have some kind of expectation of anything. We just let the day go on. Spent some time together. But he did him, I did me, and we were good. Best Valentine's Day by far. I'm like, you want to give me flowers? Bring me flowers on a random Tuesday. I do not. I just don't even get me started on that. That's a whole nother venting session because I don't. We should normalize skipping Valentine's Day. I mean, I can't even eat the candy anymore anyway. So what's the point for me? Not trying to take anything away from all y'all, because some people, some people love the Valentine's Day. All right, so maybe we should spill some tea. What kind of tea are we wanting? Are we wanting marriage tea? I think I already spilled some marriage tea, so we might have to skip that one. Mom tea, life tea, some friendship tea. Do we want to go sweet tea, unsweet tea, or some bold and powerful tea? What are we going to go with? Let's go with some, I don't know, I could spill a lot of tea. I've gotten a lot wrong this week. We could spill some mom tea, but I kind of already spilt it on Facebook and on the community post. Yesterday was the first day of baseball practice for us. We have joint custody of 2 of the kids. So my 2 step kiddos, my youngest, my stepson, he plays baseball. So yesterday was the first practice that we had. This week was the first week of practice, and yesterday was the first day we had practice. I knew. I knew. I could do a shout out for them. That's funny. But I dropped the ball completely. I'm usually the over prepared, over everything because I overanalyze and I stress about everything. But I usually just take a bunch of snacks from the house and then I shove them in a bag. We take drinks, we take our chairs, we take our wagon, and we're ready for baseball practice because this stuff is it takes a while. Sometimes it goes over an hour. Yesterday I didn't have any of that. We had to stop by the store and spend a small fortune to get a drink and a snack, and that is something that I told my husband, oh no, my Mary Poppins bag will be going with us next week. Can I shout out names? I'm seeing yes in chat. I was waiting to see if I could shout out names before I do it. Well, while I'm waiting to see that, I'll start some of my shout outs because I got a couple personal shout outs. So we'll start with those, and then maybe by the time I get to the end of it, I'll know if I can call some people out. So first I gotta shout out, okay, I got a yes. Okay. So first I gotta shout out my husband for putting up with me. But seriously though, he supports all my crazy ideas and the man hardly ever tells me no. And then my sister, my kiddo's Auntie M, the one who self-proclaims to be my biggest fan. And my cousin, who is usually one of the first one to like my videos and who always works grace and grit into a conversation with her friends. My kiddos, who pump me up and always encourage me and treat me like I'm one of their famous YouTubers. My nephew and his wife for letting me talk about my podcast today on FaceTime while seeing the cutest, greatest niece I have ever seen. My daddy for giving me the drive to be the best at whatever it was that I was doing. Whether I was sweeping the floor, he said be the best floor sweeper they've ever seen. And that's what I'm doing. And my mama for, well, everything. And to Rain, Tristan, Ella, Rhea. My brain is going blank. I'm missing one. I know I am, and she's probably staring at the TV like she forgot me. I did not forget her. My mind just went blank because there's so many. Oh my God. My brain just went blank. Nevaeh, I love you too. I feel bad my brain went blank. But also all them little viewers over there. I also got to give God credit for continuously loving me even when I am not lovable. Ivy. Yes, Ivy. I knew I was forgetting. My brain just went blank. I'm old. It happens. It happens when you get old and you got too many things going around. You forget your own name. I done forgot my kid's name like 4 times today. I'm like, which one are you? Okay, so we're rounding about 30 minutes, so I'm going to go on to announcements, especially since I have had an epic fail here and forgot names. But Grace and Grit Freestyle Friday, we're going to keep going with our audio lives on Fridays at 7. Now, with that being said, baseball season is in full force. So depending on games and scrimmages, we may have to adjust scheduled lives or anything like that. And I'll try to keep y'all in the loop, but you have to give me some grace because the coaches don't always create the loop for me to be in, and things get changed super duper last minute. But we're going to keep going with audio lives. But our face reveal that we set a goal for 100 subscribers, we are over the halfway mark. I think the last time I checked, it was like 56 subscribers. So, yay. But as soon as we reach 100, then you can see me on the other side of this microphone. And then I can wave to everybody. But Sunday's Pause and Grace episode, I'm pretty proud of this one. But it's going to premiere at 10 a.m. on Sunday. And this week I titled it Duct Tape and God. So I encourage everybody to go check that out because it's going to be awesome. Now, if you are a free or paid member on Patreon, the study companion and the scripture slides will be available tomorrow. Now, if you're not a member, I encourage you to check that out because you can join for free and then you get extras like every month. And I think they're kind of cool too. Okay, this Wednesday's episode, it's still in production. There are so many things that I'm going through in this season of my life, and then so many things that I've already been through and done again, that I just haven't decided which direction to go in yet. But if you have any ideas or recommendations, I welcome them. Like, absolutely. You can send me an email, thegraceandgritpodcast@yahoo.com, or just send me one to say hi, or submit a question or a shout out for next Friday's live show, because I will have every name written down and I will not leave anybody out. But in other news, I've created a second channel for all my true crime lovers, true crime stories, and we have a few videos over there right now. I think we've covered Aaron Caffey, we've covered Chandler Halderson, we have covered a little bit of Corey Richens, and I'm going to upload another one tomorrow, I hope. That way we can dig a little deeper into that. We're going to go over some Google searches, the walk the dog letter, and some other things on there. And y'all, them Google searches, that right there is enough to tune in for. I promise you, yeah. So if you're interested in true crime, go check that out. And I will post a link after, I forgot to post it before I started, but I will post a link after we get done here. And then that way, if you're interested in that, you can go up there and subscribe. That way you don't miss anything. Corey Richens' trial actually is scheduled to start on Monday. Opening statements will be February 23rd. I can't do nightly updates because my life is just too crazy and busy. But I am watching it. In between homeschool and everything else, I'll be tuning into it. So on Fridays, because I don't think they have court on Fridays. If they do, then it might have to be a Saturday thing. I'll do a weekly recap of all the high points throughout the week. So if you're interested, again, go over there and check that out. Now, listen, life is loud. Marriage is messy. Kids are chaotic. And laundry is always undefeated. But we show up. And that's what matters. We're allowed to laugh about the chaos, the messy stuff, the completely ridiculous things that happen. So don't feel bad if you laugh. And if tonight made you laugh even once, then that's a win. This is our space. No perfection. Just grace and grit. So real quick, I'm going to call them out again. I want to thank Rain Tristan, Ivy, Ella, and Rhea for listening tonight because it means a lot to me. Now, go love your people or just tolerate them until tomorrow. But until then, I'll see y'all next time.